Ah,
Okay.
Hi
Welcome.
everyone.
Number 6. Movie book club number 6. Here we go.
Here we
What
go.
do you want to talk about first?
Um, I don't know. Do you want to talk about a children's movie or a pornography? It's one or the other.
So the two movies were Tu Mamá También, which was very promiscuous, and then Missing Link which was a very cute movie.
It was.
Um, let's talk about Tu Mamá También because
It's very fresh in my
we
memory.
just
I
finished it, and
literally just finished it.
that's all I'm going to be thinking about if we talk about Missing Link
Yeah,
first.
this is true. This is true.
Okay.
Um,
Go for it.
okay. I like this movie. I think it was a good watch. I'm very I'm grateful that it was in Spanish because the dialogue is like super quick between the two main characters, Tanakh and I pronounced that so wrong. And I'm what is it?
It's Tenach.
Tanach. Oh, okay. Tanach and what's the other his name?
Uh, I have it up. Diego's he's the
The
actor.
actor. I
Uh,
don't know.
oh no, Tenach. Diego Luna is Tenach, and then Gael Garcia Bernal is Julio.
Okay, so Julio and Tanach, like they have like a lot of like back and forth, like really quick. So I like that it was in Spanish and subtitles. It kept me engaged.
Yeah.
What am I giving this movie? I mean, I guess I guess I'm gonna give it like a 2.5. Like it was good. It was a good movie. I
Okay.
honestly think that like I don't know. Like it was very much it it felt like a very 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 well done porn.
I knew what you were gonna say.
It felt like a masterpiece in pornography.
Okay.
Um, so I'm giving it a 2.5. Good stuff.
I'm glad you went first. I had no idea what you thought about it. I obviously very sexually promiscuous. It's from 2001. It's in Mexico. And when is it supposed to? What year is it supposed to be in? Wait,
I'm sorry, I muted.
yeah, I was.
Uh, I think it was just like present day. Like
Okay,
I think it was pretty current to 2000. I mean, there's nothing that suggests that it wasn't,
that's
you
true.
know.
That's true. I mean, there was like, I'm really bad with the history and stuff, but there was a lot of unrest going on. Um, anyways, obviously this movie was very like sexually promiscuous. I think I think it was a really good movie though. Like I love this director and I felt engaged the whole time. I loved the characters. They had a
Yeah.
really like the three of them had a really interesting dynamic.
For
The dialogue was really cool. I love the narration. The narration was super nice. I think a point that I have based on a movie that you hated, based off comparing this to Babel, is interesting because they do the narration does an interesting job of like talking about other things that like they're not bringing up and it's different storylines, but it's not leaving the storyline.
Yeah.
So I think if I just thought of that when I was watching the
Hmm.
movie.
Interesting.
I like that a lot. The narration was beautiful. Scenery was beautiful. I like the plot. I like how it
Yeah.
was like they were just kind of like horny assholes in the beginning and like rich and
Time
just
out. Just the beginning.
hear me out. Hear me
Okay.
out.
Okay.
They were
Okay.
rich, horny assholes in the beginning, and I think the plot was just really interesting, like with all the characters and like, um, and then obviously in the road trip, and it kind of just hit a halt at like the last scene. I just thought it was. We can talk more about it later. But anyways, I thought this movie was super layered, and I give it like a 2.85.
Wow.
I really
Wow.
liked it, and
John
not just
loved
because
it.
of the sex.
John liked this. Everybody, if John likes another movie that is this promiscuous and this sexual just as much as this one, we all know where his interests lie. Okay?
Dude, honestly, like without like, I didn't even like the sex scenes. Like they
were all off, like just so like
I thought
what no.
wait.
Go ahead.
I thought I'm not so you can't just avoid the sex scenes. They're like a huge part of the movie. There were like fucking like 7 of them. But and the movie started like
The movie started with one.
it wasn't like a sexual movie. It was just kind of like they were having sex, you know? It was casual. And I think the director showed that very well. That's what I liked about it. It was just like, okay.
It wasn't
the fact
like
that they started with it too.
Yeah. It wasn't like porn sex. Like it was just like, yeah. Like I'm in agreement with you on that. Like it was just very like casual, just like but yeah, like I don't think obviously I'm like acting like, oh my god, like this is so sexual. But like in all honesty, like I think it was more the dialogue than the actual sex scenes that I found like not cringy, but like just a little like weird here and there. Like, but I liked it. Like I liked it, but I just thought it was like, I don't know, like this older woman who like her husband like just tells her that he's been cheating on her, like, and then she's like out here like pointing out when these kids have boners and stuff, like, I mean, not to mention that it's technically statutory, but you know.
I think I was definitely like, this is super weird. She had a huge shift in character, like when she went on the trip. Like I wasn't.
For sure.
I was not expecting her at all to act that way.
Oh like, yeah, or like I did not think that she was gonna touch at all. You know.
I think a really interesting scene, like based on what you're talking about, is when she says, like, I think it was after she had sex with the first guy, with the first like friend, she said, "Oh, what, you didn't think I knew your guys' plan? It was to get me out here so you could fuck me," like that kind of thing. I thought that just made everything really messy, but it was a necessary, like, I understood her character at that point, you know?
Yeah. I also, one thing I would say, I think it's hilarious that like she like has sex with the one kid, and then like the narration's like she felt a tension and she thought it was because of her, and she had to level the, and then like 10 minutes later she's having sex with the other kid in the car, and that was very, I thought that
solve all problems. Sex scenes aside,
yeah,
I think the party was really interesting, and then
that was weird. That was like, I loved how that was shot. I really liked how all the scenes were set up and how it was shot. Like, I might change it to 2.5 by the end of this, but keep going.
Wait, you did give it a 2.5?
Yeah, I know. I might change it.
I thought you meant I might change it to. I'm like, whoa, okay. Another thing that I really liked about the plot was the fact that they were going on this road trip, and like hours before, minutes before, they were getting directions
from this
inebriated
stoned out kid. I thought
like,
that was
take
hilarious.
this dirt path, and they were just going on like hope. Like that whole
Yeah.
trip was just like, oh, we'll just look like we know where we're going. And then later they actually find like heaven's gate.
Yeah.
That
And
was
one thing that I really like about the movie is like, I think, all right, so we talked about First Reformed last week, and I talked about how I didn't like how there was so many like loose ends.
yeah.
I think this film did a really, really good job at insinuating things, but not necessarily showing them
Oh
or
no,
like
I agree.
going
I
to
knew
the
you were going
result.
to say
Like all the narration is like amazing. How they're just like, these pigs escaped this ranch. Like it was great, you know. And then it talks about how like some of them were slaughtered, or like I just think that really, or the story about Chewie. I mean, I guess that Choi. I don't know. I'm
Sure, yeah,
sorry.
Troy, yeah.
Um. But yeah, like the story that the narration like went over about him like was really sad,
Yeah.
and then it was followed up by the narration about the pigs that was really sad. And I think that just really showed that like really showed in this moment like that everything was great, you know,
Yeah.
like in this very moment, like this is the best that it's gonna get for some of these characters,
Yeah.
and even the pigs. And then later you find out that this is the best it's gonna get for the main character, like the woman. I'm sorry, I'm
Anna.
blanking on her name. What's
Anna.
her? Anna. Yeah. It's like that's
Yeah,
like
that was crazy. What do you think
yeah.
about what do you think about her dying?
I mean like I think that it makes a lot of sense for the film. It makes a lot of sense based on her behavior.
Hmm.
It makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
I also think that it was really great that they alluded to that in the phone call that she had with her like ex or whatever. She's like talking to him, and it's not you, like it's not anything about you cheating on me. It has nothing to do with that. I was already gonna leave. And you're
Hmm.
kind of sitting there like, oh, what was it? Like, was she just not happy? Like,
That's
what
interesting. I didn't
was
tie
it?
those together. I like that.
Yeah, and then at the end you kind of find out and you're like, oh, like this explains a lot as to like why she was so freed, you know? Like she
Yeah.
was so freed and acted just like purely out of just like desire to do things. Like she was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like sleep with these two kids just, you know, because, or like I'm gonna like like swim in this water, or just like going on the trip in general,
Yeah.
you know. Like I
Totally.
think yeah.
I I definitely agree with you. Like it also like reestablished like the reason for her big character change. I just think we'll go back more, but I want to talk about the last scene now that we're talking about like endings.
Oh, the in the coffee
In
shop.
the coffee shop.
Yeah.
So after they,
That was
they
that was
okay,
a
okay, let's start with that.
we gotta talk about that. Okay, okay.
I forgot about that. So these best friends that
Do you want me to tell it because you're having trouble?
yes.
Okay, so they have both slept with Anna individually, and they're like in one of the last scenes, like they're hanging out, like they're drinking, having fun, and like I think that like it was pretty inevitable that they were going to have like a threesome.
Yeah.
And but as she is going down on both of them, they start to kiss each other,
Yeah.
which was like that was way out of. I thought that was crazy. I was like,
The and then
what?
the way they shot that scene though, it looks like she just like kind of leaves and it's just
Yeah.
them together.
Is that what happens?
That's what it
Are we to believe?
That's what it looked like to me. That's why it was like crazy. I know they're all very drunk, but it was just so interesting because it was kind of like everyone was paying enough attention. Everyone was like 30, 30, 30.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like Anna just kind of left and it was them together.
You think that that's what happened?
I don't think they like had sex together. I think they just kind of like kissed or made out a little more and then like everyone knocked the fuck out.
You think? Wow. I don't know
Because
why. I just thought that I thought my assumption was just like, oh yeah, they probably. But then in the morning when she is awake and they're both in the bed,
that's what also, yeah.
uh, huh,
Dude,
interesting.
that was the movie like okay, this goes back to when I was talking about like them being horny assholes and then like it just like plateaus at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Um I think it's really interesting how they did this with the plot because that scene hits and then they wake up and then you just see like an attitude change. Like
Yeah.
they're like, I gotta get the sister back to my sister back to my I gotta get the car back to my sister. I gotta go home. And Anna's just like, all right, I'm gonna stay. Um, and they don't even care. Like they don't even try and like be like, no, come back with us. They're just like, we're leaving. And then
Yeah.
the narrator saying like it was a quiet and uneventful car
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah.
Um, and then in the cafe scene, like um, he revealed I forget which one. I think it was Tanach. He revealed that he is studying economics instead of writing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just all like, oh, that's sad. They lost their friendship. Oh, that's really sad. Oh, Anna died. Oh shit. And then they never saw each other again. And like,
Yeah.
it was a really interesting ending. I liked it. I liked it a lot, but it
Yeah.
was
Oh, I thought it
super
was.
sad.
I thought it was really fitting, and I honestly, personally, like I didn't think of it as sad too much. I kind of thought of it. I mean, like, I think the only sad part for me is the fact that these like two best friends are not friends anymore
Mm,
because they kissed a little.
yeah.
Get over it. One sec. Melvin is chewing a toy. Come here. I'm so sorry. Keep talking.
Yeah. Talking.
No, but I just think that that's the saddest part is that they're not friends anymore. Anna dying, not that it's not sad. It's sad. You know, she died, but I think that it makes sense for the film and I really like that is what happens
Yeah.
in like for the film. But for them, like I understand it and I think it works, but I wish they could still be friends, you know? Like with Anna, like I'm not like wishing that she was still alive because I think that if she was still alive, if she didn't have this terminal illness, like she wouldn't have had those experiences, you
Yeah.
know?
I think I'm definitely like that's the most sad thing. I was just making the point of like it was a downhill.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. It was
I
so
think I think the saddest thing for me is the guy not taking writing. I understand like I kind of understand them not being friends anymore because everything just kind of like had a new meaning because like they were in the shower naked together and just like comparing like dicks and like
yeah.
in that one scene and they were just like playing around and like whatever before that, but when that happened like their friendship was obviously could not be the same. um
Yeah.
I think so it makes sense to me that they're not friends anymore. I'm super sad that he isn't doing writing because I wish it was a chance for them to like both go their separate ways and just like be who they wanted to be, you know? Like they got new girlfriends, yeah, and they're in school, yeah, and they'll probably have good lives, but like it kind of alludes that they're both a little like deep down like sad.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it on their faces in the coffee shop. You know,
Yeah.
you can see it on like Julio when Tanash leaves. like he's just like broken up about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and then before that scene, the narrator saying like it was better than making up excuses not to like to have a coffee.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I like that too.
I liked all the narration, dude. That was so good.
Oh yeah, I think that was like a really strong part of the film. Like, just like I really liked a lot of the kind of just like the narration that didn't really even fit in with the story and was kind of just like, yeah, this happened over here, and you're like, oh,
Like Tenoch uses a foot to lift up the seat or
oh
something.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
showing that there's still secrets between them, even though they're so open together.
yeah. Also, the fact that each other just slept with each other's girlfriends multiple times, like really, like,
Oh, that was
well, I think
that
it's
was weird.
I thought it was funny how like I thought it was funny, but definitely weird how they were pissed at each other.
Yeah.
Like they did want to be friends, and then by the end of it, they're sitting there drunkenly talking about how they slept with each other's girlfriends multiple times.
Yeah.
And, like each other's girlfriends went down on each other.
Yeah.
That's like just like come on.
That
Like,
whole that final like drunk scene was so it was funny, but it was also just like, oh wow, they were like it's out of control.
whoa, these guys kind of suck. You know?
Yeah. um yeah. Anything else?
All I had to say is that I'm changing my rating from a 2.5 to a 2.65.
Ooh. 0.15%.
Yeah, 0.15. Wait,
Not
percentage
percent.
is
No, sorry.
that's
Sorry.
15%, John.
I'm sorry.
Let's not get crazy here.
That's great. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I think it was yeah, I think
I stick with my 2.85. I thought it was a great movie, but I don't know.
not giving it the perfect 3.
No.
Come on.
Let's see. Let me see if I could dig deep. Why not? I think that's tough. There's something, you know.
There's just something.
Wow. So deep.
I don't know. I think for me the one thing that like I think at times it was a little too sexual. Like I just feel like it felt a little forced to me at times. And I think that's why I probably focused on it and acted like, oh my God. But it just like felt a little forced.
I think it was a final thought. It just like threw you into these guys' lives. Like it didn't like apologize for anything. Like these people are rich. They have sex
Wait.
a lot.
I just want to clarify. Julio is not rich.
I mean, he's well off.
No, his mom's a secretary. He's not that.
Oh, is only one of them rich? I thought.
Yeah, he just rides the coattails of Tenoch. Like that's why he calls him a hillbilly. And that's why he uses
but he has a nice
shoe. That's why he uses his shoe to lift the seat at his place because he thinks it's gross because he lives in luxury.
I got you. I knew one was more well off, but I didn't know the other was okay. That doesn't really change anything.
I don't think that he's like poor, like he lives in
know.
a house in the city, like, but
okay. That makes more sense though.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay.
You were trying to find reasons why.
No, I think I was just saying like the movie does a great job of throwing you into these characters' lives. like
Yeah.
just throwing you in and seeing like them develop. Yeah, that's all. And yeah, not a perfect movie. I don't know
Good
why,
stuff.
but it's not. Let's move on.
Wait.
Ah,
Final thought. Just final thought.
ah.
We needed to talk about this scene. They're sitting on the diving boards. Come on, that was weird.
Okay.
That was weird. That is like one of the
Yeah.
reasons why it's dropping a few. I was
Oh,
like
okay. I think I
unnecessary.
can agree with that.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm just uncomfortable with dudes jacking off in movies, but like
Oh
together.
yeah, you mentioned it for Babylon.
Okay, but that kid was like 10. That kid was like 8 years old.
I don't know. Yeah, no, definitely super fucking weird.
I think even weirder to finish that scene with a
Yeah,
shot of semen dropping into the pool.
that felt like
Oh,
the
man.
Nirvana like cover.
Yeah. Instead of a
Yeah,
baby, it was just sperm.
dude, it was a good movie. Why'd you have to make that the last thought?
I'm sorry. It was a great movie. Watch this movie.
Wait. Let's do one final last thought to make it a good thought. I love how they met Choi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that
Fried
guy was
fish,
great.
and they're like, hell yeah, let's get some dinner. That was like perfect timing. And then they're like showing him around the islands. I love the Anna's relationship with them too.
Yeah, I thought that was great too.
Okay.
And the
Cool.
kids, yeah. Cool. Missing Link.
Dude. Okay, let me start.
Yep.
I had no idea this was stop motion. I had only like heard about it, that it was a cool animated movie. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. Leica, I think that's how you say it, the production studio, they
Kubo?
did what?
Kubo?
Yeah, they did Box Trolls, Kubo, like Paranorman, really cool stuff.
Yeah,
They're really cool, and
great.
they only release movies like every like 3 years or something because they like
I mean, it takes a
yeah.
ton of work to do that.
Anyways, besides that, stop motion, we both love stop motion.
Of course.
I love this movie. I had so much fun. I loved all the characters. It was pretty much exactly what I wanted from this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 2.9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't think I love this movie too. This movie was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think the voice acting was great. Zach Galifianakis as
I know.
as the Sasquatch, amazing.
So fun. As Susan.
As Susan, yeah. I think I'm gonna give this movie a 2.8. I think it was really like, oh my gosh, I like stop motion. This studio, amazing. Like how
It's like A24.
Yeah, no, seriously, they're the A24. I mean, yeah, they're the A24 of stop motion for sure,
agree.
without a doubt. But yeah, I love the character design. I love the plot. I think that -0.2 is because I feel like the plot could have been, I don't know what they would have changed. It just felt like a little rushed. Like I feel like they could have made it a little bit longer. Like I feel like they could have had some more scenes here and there about the journey. You know, like it felt like
they really cut scenes in those journeys.
it really felt like it honestly just felt like he found this dude and then he found the Sasquatch and then they were in Nepal. And it was like, oh, I feel like the one scene on the boat, like that was cool. But
I agree with you. Maybe it felt like a tad rushed, but I think they had a lot to say and they said it and it didn't feel too rushed. One of my minus things is let me get her name. The woman. Adelina.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and did you know that's Zoe Saldana, which is she's done the voice acting for a lot of stuff. She's in
Oh yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy and Avatar,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny. I don't like how I feel like there was a missing scene there when they broke into her house to get the map, and then she like showed up on the train by the train and with a gun. It was like, I'm gonna join you. Like, I kind of felt like there was a missing scene there of her like contemplating something.
Yeah.
I get it. I get like her like reasoning, like she felt like the bird in the cage. I thought that was hilarious when they panned to the bird.
Yeah.
Bird in the cage, and the bird was like, "Woo!" Dude, there was with stop motion, you can like nothing's an accident. So like,
Yeah.
obviously in any movie, like if it's a good director, like nothing's an accident. But with this, like they picked every little bit, and that's what I love about it. It was like the comedic timing was hilarious.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I think my favorite thing about this movie is that it didn't start with the Sasquatch. I love because I didn't really have any. I didn't see a trailer. I don't. Maybe I did, but I saw like the Sasquatch and like the Yeti in the trailer. I love that they started with the Loch Ness monster.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Because I was like,
Oh, I love his like henchman.
yeah,
Like this dude.
amazing.
Oh, what a valet, I guess it's called. But I
Yeah.
thought that was amazing.
And you're like, oh, this guy's like, he's an adventurer and he's suave. He's
Yeah.
you could tell his character in the first like 15 seconds.
Loved himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
I really like the scene, like the scenes in America when he's like finding the Sasquatch. Like the scene in like the is great. The saloon is great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my dog is whining. Can you hear any of that? Like, can you
A
hear
little
anything?
bit, but it's
Okay.
fine.
All right, I'm just gonna keep talking. Well, it's okay, buddy. Um,
So confirming.
no, but the scene in the saloon is great. I love the character design of this villain,
Yeah.
and he's terrible at his job.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing that he's like so bad
Yeah.
at being a bounty hunter. Yeah. But even just the colors, like just the colors of that are great.
Mhm.
And like I love how like it's revealed that this like Susan, the Sasquatch, actually was the one that wrote the letter.
I love that too. That was great. I the only thing that when thinking of like being rushed, obviously it's a movie, obviously it's animated, but like that pile of letters falling on him and like and that being the first one he picks up, like and he just goes. Like
he just goes and then like instantly finds the Sasquatch.
he's
I feel like
adventurer.
I just think that it would have been cooler to see a little bit more of him like actually searching for the Sasquatch, because then there would be like more desperation for him to find it. You know?
He gave him an address, and Susan wanted to be found.
That okay, good point. I rescind that. That would have made no sense. Good point.
I love Susan. Like he's very, very like well-spoken and literate. Like you can see all the books he read, but he doesn't understand like sarcasm. Like
oh yeah,
that's perfect. It's so perfect.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I really something that I just want to bring up is what's the guy's name? The main guy.
The adventurer.
We're good at this.
I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this. Sir Lionel Frost.
Sir Lionel Frost. I really liked his character development. It was definitely like back and forth at certain times, and the woman Adelina really helped him because you can
Adelina Fortnite.
Fortnite. he's kind of all over the place, so it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he's like, oh, I love this guy. He's so innocent. But then he's like, oh no, he just wants it for himself. And then like, oh, he actually cares about this guy. Oh no, he just wants it for himself. And then like, and then him realizing that he doesn't need to be a part of the club. Like, I
Yeah.
thought all the back and forth was super nice.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, like, I feel like that's a big part of the plot, you know, like, I think that that's great. And then I really like how at the end, Adelina is like, no, like, I'm gonna go do my own thing.
That was great.
I
Yeah.
think that's great. Like, definitely putting the cliche of like, oh, the damsel in distress, or like the woman, the slighted like woman, like falls in love with the dude, you know, like, I think that that was great that she was just like, bye, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do cool stuff.
He's like, I'm out now. I'm going. She was
Yeah.
like Anna, but she didn't have cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The
Mr. Link, great. Also, sorry, Mr. Link is also Susan.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify because
Okay.
I think that's the first time we
Um,
call Sasquatch Mr. Link.
what?
The British dudes were funny. All of
Yeah.
them with their weird mustaches and oddly shaped bodies. I thought that was pretty
Like
funny.
this so much. I laughed the entire time. Like,
I will say, while I was watching this movie, I was like, John loves this movie. Like, I could already tell that you were obsessed with it.
I think the plot may have lacked, and like it was a little rushed, and like maybe everything could have been a little more developed, but like I think everything was just so aware. Like
Yeah.
it was not cringy at all, and it wasn't. It was like I felt like it was for like our age group, you know, like
Yeah,
little
I
kids
felt
will
like,
enjoy it, but it was definitely like a young adult like humor.
yeah.
So I think the thing that I just really liked about it, I can't really pinpoint much right now, but while I was watching, I was like, oh, this movie is so like aware of itself. Like,
Yeah. I agree with that. I think that a lot of times, like, after that movie, I started watching other claymation, like stop motion. I'm sorry, not claymation. Stop motion. I watched Pirates. I think it's made by the same studio that made like Wallace and Gromit. Just because,
did you watch that?
yeah. Did you watch that too?
Dylan and I watched that like a year ago.
Oh, okay. And like,
I thought I watched that with you.
did I watch that movie?
Dude,
I don't think I watched that movie.
Hilarious.
If I watched that movie with you and completely forgot about it,
No, I don't think you did. I watched it with Dylan. That movie is
like,
hilarious. Pirates, and there's like a long title, but it's the short title is just Pirates.
Yeah. I will just say that, like, I think that Pirates is also aware of itself, but like, it has some shortfalls with that. Like, it kind of broke the fourth wall a little bit, but
That
like,
movie was too long.
oh yeah, but it just was like in a way that I don't think like worked well with the rest of the film. But I think that missing link, like, it was so aware the entire film that it was just great, you know, like, it was good. Like, Pirates kind of used like being self-aware as kind of like a trope for like a few like jokes here and there, and you were kind of just like, oh yeah,
It's
I know
super fun, but it's not like a deep movie.
yeah, you're like sitting there like, haha, I know what you're doing there. Like, that's
Don't need to watch it again.
yeah. Or like, I also watched another animated film after this called Freebirds. Do not watch that film.
Okay.
Not very good. Premise, amazing. Turkeys go back in time to stop the first Thanksgiving, so they're not on the menu anymore. Amazing plot. Amazing plot.
That's good.
Also, Owen Wilson.
Oh.
What's her name? She plays Leslie Knope. I'm forgetting her name. I'm being
I got you.
person. Yeah. Her. Oh, what? Who else? Oh my God. Woody Harrelson is in that. They're all like voice actors in this movie.
Why is it bad though?
Oh, because like super cringy, like really, really cringy. Basically, I don't want to talk about these other films. I'm just trying to make a comparison to like bad, like jokes, bad like adult humor in kids' movies. Like it's like really obvious. Like you watch it and you're like, I understand. Like you're trying to appeal to an adult audience with that joke. It's not funny. Like
While we're doing side notes, last one. Watch Kubo and the Two Strings.
Of course.
It's by the same studio. That's like one of my top 2 favorite movies of all time.
That is a bold statement. What's your other one?
It's on my Letterboxd as I think let me pull it up.
What's your other one?
Keep talking.
Wait. What's your other film? What's your other top? Kubo's like number 2.
I know. I need give me a sec. It's Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound is your number 1 film?
So on Letterboxd, you can do your top 4 films, and you can just like change it all the time. It's Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, Kubo and the Two Strings, Fox and the Hound, and I feel like there's a Wes Anderson movie.
John, do you like animation?
Oh shit. Anyways, Fox and the Hound was like my favorite movie since I was a kid, and I watched it again like a couple years ago, and I was like, oh,
does it live up? Does it
this
live
movie
up?
slaps.
Nice.
Anyways, enough about that. Anyway, Laika's really good. Kubo's amazing. This movie's great. What else are we talking about with it? Oh, Shangri-La.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because
honestly, that was a weak point for me.
I think the movie up until that point was just like it was Susan being like, "Oh, it's gonna happen. It's perfect. Everything's like fitting into place. Like they're escaping the bounty hunter. Their plan's just working, and like they're traveling across the world like super easily. A little hard to get to Shangri-La, but like when they got there, it was pretty easy. And then I think I really liked it because you expect it to be like, oh hey brother, cousin, come live with us. It's all happy, even though you're not built for the cold. It's gonna work out.
Yeah,
I really liked it because they're just like, no, this is
get out of here, redneck. I thought that was hilarious.
Yes, I know. I liked it. I don't know. I can see where you're coming from. It was a little like pushed or whatever, but
I think. Sorry, I don't think that it was like plot wise. Like I think it works and I like it. I just think that like the character design for them, like I know that they're different. I think that they should have been closer to looking like each other, because then it would have hurt even more, you know?
Interesting. But evolution, man, they gotta survive up there.
Well, no, I get that, but like they could have at least had like similar shapes. Like the queen was just like
a
monkey.
We're just like, oh, come on, man, I'm you, but a different color.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I think that would have like made a little more sense. And like
I get that.
I think it would have been like more like heartbreaking, you know? Because like if I walked in there, if I was Mr. Link, Susan, whatever you want to call the Sasquatch, and I walked in there and I saw them, I'd be like, weirdos.
Yeah. Just you said Susan again. I think one of the favorite parts of my movie is that he calls himself Susan and he doesn't fret. He's just like, he doesn't step back on it. He's like, Susan, that's my name.
Lionel's like, but that's a girl's name. And he's like, yep.
One other thing in Shangri-La that I didn't like after they leave in the bridge, like, and they're all hanging there. I didn't like the I don't know. It felt weird, like how they fell And I liked that the first two guys fell, and I was like, oh, they like died. They're not coming back. And then it's all them, and I'm like, oh, it's the bounty hunter. What's gonna happen? And it kind of felt like he should have died sooner.
The bounty hunter?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
think that scene was weirdly like long. It was like, oh, they fell, up, he slipped, up, they grabbed onto it, and then like 5 minutes later, they're still like not on the bridge.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
when they get to ground, they don't like get away from the ledge. They like hug right on the ledge. I'm
Yeah.
like guys, did you learn anything?
Yeah. I think that they should have, I mean, like, honestly, obviously I don't have any idea like what it takes to like make a stop motion like feature length film, you know. I mean, like, yeah, I understand the mechanics of it, but like a lot of time. But like I wish that they devoted more frames elsewhere than in that scene. Like I agree with you. Like way too long. Like it would have been cool if like, oh, they slip like one of those, but it was like 4 or 5, like, oh, they're gonna die. Oh no, wait. Oh, they're gonna die. Oh no, wait. You know?
That was all. Let's talk endings because the ending was fine. It was a happy ending.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I think an alternate ending that I kind of like anticipated was it was something that Lionel said. It was like, I promised I would get you to where you belong. Yeah. I thought he was going to find more Sasquatches.
Oh, you think?
I don't know. I thought he kind of alluded to that. And I don't know. That would have been like a sad goodbye for Lionel and him, but he would have like found. And obviously I know that they were really good for each other. Like they both wanted to adventure and like they both brought out the best in each other. So I really liked the ending, but I thought some of the dialogue kind of alluded to him like bringing him to
finding like Sasquatches. Yeah, I can see that. I didn't get it. I didn't get that from that. Like I kind of had a suspicion that he was gonna like find something in London for Mr. Link to do or something like that. Like somehow like stay in touch. So also the suits. The oh my gosh, those suits are amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The fact that Susan like wore what he did and like nobody cared, but when he like took it off,
yeah,
everyone was like, oh.
Like he walks into the saloon, like just a giant cape, sits down, like faces out.
Yeah,
he's a monkey. He literally has a face of a monkey. Sits down and then Lionel's like, yeah, take it off. He takes it off. He's like, oh my god.
I love him teaching him how to punch.
Oh yeah. That was good.
Oh man. I think there's a lot of stuff I'm missing, but overall, really good movie.
Yeah, quality film.
I think both movies were fun and very different movies.
Yeah. Obviously you like the movies for different reasons, John. Yeah. We get it, you know?
Yeah. Are we good?
Yeah, I think we're good. My laptop's gonna die.
All right, cool. Next week is here. Wait! Don't die on me, Nick. Don't.
It's at 5%. You're fine.
Okay. Next week is Monos and Social Network. Monos is on Hulu and Social Network is on Netflix.
Can you give any intro to either of them? Do you know anything about them?
Monos has a really cool poster. And
okay.
I think I knew something about it at one point. Is
Monos another Spanish film?
I don't think so. I think it's like a futuristic film with like people having trouble with childbearing. I may be completely wrong, but that's what I think. And then Social Network, it's about Facebook.
It's got Jesse Eisenberg.
Nick's seen it, but I haven't. So
I have seen it. I saw it in theaters when it came out. Fun fact: Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson are my 2 favorite actors. So Zombieland is like,
dude, I've never seen those.
I just actually watched Zombieland Double Tap. You can skip it.
Okay.
Good. Just watch the first one. The first one's good.
They look hilarious.
Oh, the first one's great. Second one is like, ha ha ha, you tried. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
Bye.
Arr.